Last video, you guys gave me so much advice. So this video, we're gonna see if I can use that advice and maybe win my first race. If you didn't watch the last video, quick recap. I'm slow, I need more practice, and I probably should not be using the Porsche. Many of you guys told me I needed to use a more beginner-friendly car. I love driving the Porsche. It's a lot of fun, but it's tricky and it's easy to spin, definitely at the ends of races. Once that back end spins out, you're not catching it. I saw a lot of comments about using the Mercedes or the Aston Martin, the Mustang, and the BMW. Out of all the options that you guys gave me as beginner-friendly cars, I went with the BMW. A lot of people online say the BMW is one of the best cars for a beginner to learn to race with, and its biggest con is you get bored because everyone uses it. So, I'm using it. Another large comment I got from you guys was practice, practice, practice. When I jumped into the race at Sebring, I had very little practice. So this week, I practiced. When the schedule updated, I went on the game and I checked what races were this week. For GT3s, we have Fuji Speedway Classic. I've never, ever raced at Fuji Speedway, let alone Fuji Speedway Classic. Practice was going to be necessary if I wanted to improve at all. So day one, I decided we're going to take the BMW and we're going to just do some laps at Fuji Speedway, see what I can do. I have never in my life raced at this track, so I spent an hour or so just driving around the track, trying to learn both the BMW and the track. At first, I hated it. There are so many weird corners where you just get punished if you're impatient. There are some corners where you miss the apex by a little bit and you lose the whole lap. It was such an awkward track, and some of the turns are just so blind that you really don't know what you're doing if you don't know what the track is. But I endured. My goal on this first day was to just try my best to learn the track the best that I could. And most importantly, get good with a beginner-friendly car. Oh, God. That was garbage. There goes the whole lap. At the end of the day, I drove 27 practice laps. And unfortunately, the more laps I did, the worse I got. My best laps wound up being the first couple. But once I hit my PR of 141.5, I just never got close to it again. My turn one was atrocious every time. Garlic? Alright. You're my engineer now. Do I pit? Alright, I'll pit. Everything started to derail pretty quickly. At this point, I don't think I'm getting any better. I feel like I'm actually getting worse at this point. So I think I'm going to call it, and I'm probably going to watch a track video, a track guide. At this point, the more practice laps I was doing, the worse I was getting, so it was a good time to call it and to go watch a track guide video. It allowed me to get a good reset for day two. So this is day two. I watched some track guides. There were some corners I was hitting okay. Some were not even close to what I'm supposed to be doing. Day two turned out to be very similar to day one, where I had my best laps pretty early in the session, but the more I practiced, the more I started to derail, trying to find those extra tenths in every corner. After doing quite a few laps, I decided I was bored and was no longer improving, and I wanted to practice against some real competition, so I decided I'm going to race against the bots. Unfortunately, and I use that word loosely, I got pole against the bots. Normally this would be super great, but after turn one, I never saw a bot again. I had him too low of difficulty and just cruised too far ahead, and I wound up doing about 12 practice laps in a race setting. It's not even worth showing the footage because it was just practice laps. At the end of day 2, we are sitting at 58 practice laps, 27 on day 1, 19 practice laps on day 2 with about 12 laps of practice racing. And that left me feeling pretty ready for day 3, where I was going to jump in. I was going to go into the races. Day 3 is all about racing. Well, it's time. It's time to finally do a race. Not gonna lie, one of the comments that you guys left was to change my max brake pressure. And while I was, not recording, I decided to try that. I changed it to 90% as the max, and I immediately broke my PR like the first lap. I broke into the 30s. So I'm definitely gonna start listening to more of your advice. That being said, we're gonna jump into an online race. Now, what car am I gonna use? I'm not gonna do the Porsche. As much as I want, we're gonna do the BMW. It just was working too well. Race 1 started a bit sloppy. I had a really bad start. I almost jumped it actually, but let's just roll some footage.
Green flag, green flag.
I fucked that up. Oh my god. Why did I thought it went green? I don't know. It's because it popped up the speed thing. Start, don't know. Very rookie mistake. I'm glad I didn't get a penalty out of it. After lap 1, I was able to get myself into 4th place, which is much better than I would have anticipated, but maybe all this practice was paying off. This isn't the longest race at about 13 laps, but it's also not a short one, so there was no need for me to really attack early on. My plan was, again, we want to be safe and consistent, so my plan was to kind of stick behind the front 3 until maybe a mistake would appear or a gap would pop up. But we really wanted to just build the gap from behind us and focus on ourselves. As lap 2 kind of developed and progressed, I started to get a bit more confident in myself. I thought the Lexus in front of me was maybe slightly slower than myself. Almost the entire lap, I had my front bumper attached to his front bumper. I felt like I had the pace, but there's just nowhere to overtake. So as we started to finish off this lap, I was starting to get as close as I possibly could so I could have a good run on that main straight, which honestly, I got a really good one. I got right in the slipstream. As we went down that main straight, he got a little defensive, but nothing too crazy. He kind of let me go for it, and I was able to slide up on the inside. I was feeling real good once we started braking, but I was kind of early on the turn-in and cut the track a little bit. Not to the point where I would have gotten penalized, but I did cut it. But the battle for that position wasn't over yet. He was still pretty close to me within a second, and I was still about a second to the guys in front of me. And as we come up to this next turn, unfortunately, I had a bit of a moment. I put the car a bit too wide and, well, kicked the back end out. Luckily, I caught it, but I did lose position. My wheel touched the grass and it just kicked out the back end. Sorry. We're okay. Just happy I survived. But one mistake doesn't end the race. Coming up on this next turn, one of the Ferraris must have made contact with the other Ferrari because it flew off the track, and well, I was back up to P3, and now I was suddenly fighting for P2 against this Lexus. Too anxious. smooth. Now, coming up on the same turn where I made my previous mistake, it seems like the Lexus didn't learn from my mistake and kind of just did the exact same thing I did. Went too wide and off he went. And suddenly we are in P2. With both the Lexus and that Ferrari spinning out, we were able to create quite a gap between us and the cars behind. I was never able to really reel in the guy in first. He was just so fast, but the cars behind, we just built an insane gap on. And yeah, the rest of the race was boring. We got our podium, which I haven't had one in a very long time.
Second place. And we are 11, almost 12 seconds ahead of the guy behind. Couldn't catch up to the guy ahead, but we destroyed everyone else. I'm going to start using your guys' advice a little bit more. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, he was fast. We did it. That elusive win is going to come soon. I can feel it. I can feel it. We're getting better. And my goodness, did that practice help a lot. I mean, look at all the lap times. We destroyed them. I want to see the actual finish, but like, look at that. We beat third place by 15 seconds. Wow.
P2 ain't bad. It's not bad at all. It wasn't the perfect race. I had a couple errors I need to clean up on, but it was a step in the right direction. Now what else is there to do but jump into another race?
Green flag, green flag.
That's good to know. He's not perfect. forced him. Oh, I got lucky. Now, if I'm lucky, the guys behind will start the fight a little bit, and I'll be able to build myself a little bit of a gap. We're in P1 right now. Do that. Live to fight another day. What are you doing? Go ahead. No, we're not gonna crash out. That one's on me. Honestly, at this point, my race is over. I have damage everywhere. Part of racing, I guess, but I'm really upset about that. What are you supposed to do? Car just feels fucked at this point. Let's send some messages. Let's be a douche. He said sorry. I was about to get really upset, but he said sorry. Could cry right now. I was feeling real good about that race. I really thought we were getting another podium, and I just... It sucks. It really does. We were battling for P1 for so long. I was this close to that elusive first win. As frustrating as it is, I do have to admit, the guy who hit me did apologize. He knew he made a mistake. Going back to the replay, he just went a bit too deep, went off track, and, well, he couldn't slow down. Let me have it. Goes off track, can't slow down. Oh. Is that really what happened? So, it looks fine here. Looks totally fine. Got in the accelerator way too early, goes off track, slides, and boom. Boom. Ugh. Just didn't hit the brakes and hit me again. It's heartbreaking, but when we get that first win, it'll feel so much better. We're so close. The rest of the race, I never really found my momentum back. I had just too much damage on the car. When I hit curbs, it would just disrupt the car. I was getting understeer and oversteer at the same time. When you take that much contact, it's really hard to feel confident with the car. I'm still a noob, but I've been so comfortable with a working car, so any change is a big change. We'll get there. That being said, I'm not going to give up. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. This video has taken me a very, very long time to record and edit. I really hope you guys enjoy it. Going forward, I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this format because it takes so much time. And when I say that, I mean, I'm probably not going to record me practicing. But I wanted to prove that I was. If you guys enjoyed the video, I really hope you leave a comment, subscribe maybe, and please leave any more feedback that you have for me, because the stuff I got last video, it was game changing. I improved so much. I went from being a backfield guy to almost podiuming twice in a row and just being so consistent, and that first race being 12 seconds behind the car in front. I'll take any advice you guys give me. I read every comment. I try to respond to all of them. I'm so grateful for how quickly this channel has blown up. I've been recording on this channel for over a year now. I started uploading way back in October 2024, and now it's November 2025. The last couple videos have just really done well, and I'm so grateful that you guys have been watching them. I really enjoy sim racing, and having viewers makes it more encouraging to keep racing. Before my last video, I was at a little over 100 subscribers, and right now I'm at 675. That last video, 500 subscribers. I don't know how the hell it happened, but I am eternally grateful, and I couldn't be more thankful. I'll keep uploading, but please keep giving me advice because I know I will plateau. That being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next video.